Hello, welcome back. Hopping in with a quick video on this month's recent activity relating to the G5 solar flare happenings and how that relates to Gaia and all of us who are currently on this planet. There are a couple things that I want to share. Whether or not you believe in the Schumann resonance or not, these solar flares are, I personally believe, basically big focuses pummeling of light, of unconditional love onto this planet to allow for deeper harmonization of relationship to self, relationship to this planet, and relationship to other. Which really we are all one. So it's kind of moving through this individuation piece to allow for greater oneness and unity to take root. Couple of things that want to be shared. So these solar flares are to really assist with the ascension of consciousness of every living thing on this planet and of Gaia herself. So these huge solar flare beams of light hit the crystalline core of this planet and then essentially kind of ripple out from the core through the layers of the earth up onto the surface and the stratosphere of this planet, kind of like a tuning fork. So that reverberation is really felt by all on this planet. And that's by divine design. And I'm going to get to that piece in a second. So if you've been feeling a little wobbly, if you've been feeling ungrounded, even though we've been in Taurus season, coming out of eclipse season in April, from April into May, this could have been why. There was a lot of G5 solar flare activity. I think apparently this was the highest activity since 2003-ish, if I'm remembering that correctly. And that's because we're at a really crux time. June onward is massive in terms of 2024 from a consciousness perspective. And to me, it makes total divine timing sense for these solar flare activity happenings to occur in the month of May. After we've kind of gone through a very intense eclipse season, having May be Taurus season, having these beams of light during Taurus season, a very earth sign, kind of come into the earth, assist Gaia with her own transformation, her own transmutation of many things, which I won't get into in this video, to allow us to do the same. But this is a time to tend to your tenderness. So if you are feeling this physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, anywhere in your auric field, please tend to that space because it is a tender time. And we do have to take self-responsibility to navigate this. And in that self-responsibility, it can be seeking aligned support, communities, a mentor, a friend who you can kind of really lean into relating to what's happening with you. So most of the reverberation that I was talking about in terms of us as humans can be felt or has been felt here in the mind, in the mental body, also a little bit in the throat and here at our crown chakra. We don't need to go into chakras either, but all of this to say is that if your mental body has been feeling disoriented or scattered, it's okay. And all of this is allowing us to have that awareness to reclaim that focus. Because as we know, where our attention goes, energy flows. And this is about us reclaiming that sovereignty of our free will and our life force energy to live the most vibrant, expansive human experience possible, rooted in miracles and limitless possibilities. So that wants to be shared. I personally had been feeling some interesting threads of distraction energy, even just my mental body kind of like misinterpreting things. And so I think, and this sense of control, this ego need and desire for protection, for understanding, etc. So you may have been feeling those as well. It's really, again, important to give ourselves grace. We are in very, very, very dynamic and interesting times. And we also chose to show up to these times. So this is a beautiful moment for you to just get present with what's alive for you. What's interesting too is that these solar flares really coincide with the energy of 2024. So we are in a Chinese astrology year of the dragon, which dragons are really indicative of all of the elements, but I think the fire element can be potent with dragon energy. So I'm just going to kind of go with that. But fire can be used to purify, to regenerate, to ignite. And that's kind of what these solar flares are doing. There's a purification, there's a transmutation, there's a propelling into new timelines and new possibilities. And that fire to really rejuvenate as well. So with this, it's almost like Guy was showing me, it's like with these solar flare moments, which I believe were mostly through the heaviest, at least for this month, the heaviest energy that we've been feeling from the solar flare perspective is already quote unquote behind us. But it's almost as if now every consciousness on this planet has their own lantern of sorts, and it got refueled with oil or wick or wax or whatever analogy you want to use. And it's up to us individually if we ignite the wick, if we ignite the oil, however that works. Basically, it's up to us if we choose with our conscious free will to choose empowerment, to choose unconditional love, and to choose new earth consciousness. So we're kind of at a very interesting crux moment in our ascension, in our becoming, again, from an individual perspective and from a collective standpoint. So I just really invite you to feel into, like, if all of us got refueled, if all of us got brand new wicks, and we're kind of at this moment, how are you choosing to harness and wield these tools, this inner light? That's a beautiful question to ask yourself right now. There's a lot happening within Inner Earth relating to purges of old paradigms, etc. And I think we're all feeling that as well. And maybe another invitation for you to feel into of, like, what else do I feel like is purging or releasing from within me? We are moving from Taurus season to Gemini season. So an very earth rooted sign, to Gemini, which is an air sign. And it's very important for us to be in touch with our needs, our desires, our bodies, and how we want to almost breathe life into these next couple of weeks and these next couple of months. We have the summer solstice happening on June 21st, I believe. And so these next couple of weeks really are a ramp up and a lead up to the energies of the summer solstice. Again, if you're in the northern hemisphere, or the winter solstice if you are in the southern hemisphere. But all of this is really perfectly weaving this divine tapestry. And it's not to skip ahead of what's going to happen in June, what's going to happen after the summer solstice or the solstice day in general. It's really just, these are potent times. So let's allow ourselves to fill up with our own potency, our own unique medicine, our own light, really knowing what that is, knowing what your truth is, and showing up from that space fully, authentically. That's the ask. From full presence, full presence. I really can't underscore enough how important it is to find your own meaning and understanding of what it means to be present in your body, in your heart, in every moment. Because being present every single day is what is going to really propel these new highest timelines into existence. And, I find that simplification actually leads to expansion. So when we simplify, it actually allows us to feel more expansive, free, liberated. So just play around with that if that resonates. And if not, truly just let it go. As with everything that I say in this video, if it does not resonate, just let it go. But I did get some questions on Instagram that I want to float in here before I wrap up this video. The first is just a comment of like, yeah, a lot of people are feeling chaos and discomfort right now. And that's absolutely true. And it's been a doozy. I mean, this year has been a doozy. I feel like a lot of us have lived lives within lives just within 2024 alone. So drop into your body, go inwards, tend to your tenderness, and instead of seeking outside or externally, just really going within to source within what you need and be able to self-resource, or at least allow yourself to align with resources and tools that are going to actually be nourishing and supportive. And this other question of, are solar flares new? Have they always been happening in years past and we just haven't been aware, or are they new? To me, and what I have channeled, is that they are activated when this planet is needing some serious support from the unseen realms. So with where we are at in our humanity consciousness at this moment, I think we needed a little bit of a kick in the pants. And I still think we need quite a few of those. But these solar flares are basically acting as like wake up calls. Are you literally living in a highest alignment frequency and holding that frequency? Are you wavering? Are you straddling different timelines? Are you hesitating? Where in your nervous system are you feeling dysregulated? All of this light is just illuminating what we need to see. And so when this planet is in co-creation with these unseen realms, our galactic families per se, we are going to get beautiful divine assistance in divine timing to wake up, to shake up, to recalibrate. And this is one of those moments. So I believe that they have been happening over time, when we've had certain things happen on this planet where we needed to not course correct, but where we needed to provide opportunities and other timelines for people to choose with their free will to consciously say yes to a different experience. And Gaia is doing this alongside us. She is doing this with us, and she's actually leading us. She's inviting us to be bold in this remembrance endeavor. Another question that I had come in was, how can we hop on the wave to get the most of it? I've said this quite a few times on this video already, but just to really hone it in, be present. Figure out what presence is to you in your relationship to self and with everything in this planet, on this planet. That goes with people, that goes with things, that goes with our spaces, that goes with the land, that goes with the elements, the four directions, that goes with just everything in our human existence. And your breath. Are you present with your breath? Presence. And the other question was, do these solar flares mean that we will feel more of a split? And I believe this person is referencing the split of the earth that is happening consciously within consciousness. And yes, so we will be feeling more of the shifts with these solar flares. Absolutely, because we are all choosing how we are going to harness what this is bubbling up within us and how we're choosing to co-create moving forward from a heart-centered space that is walking the path of love and not walking the path of fear, limitation, and lack. So I hope this serves. This is what I wanted to channel through. Gaia was giving me the nudges this week, and I finally just decided to heed the call. So here we are. Also, I just recorded a really cool, amazing, soulful freebie. When you sign up for my email newsletter, you basically will get access to many of these freebies, but one of which is a new Gaia meditation activation. Highly recommend. I've been really getting a lot of warm feedback around how people have been receiving this meditation. Again, it's totally free. You can sign up for my newsletter down below. And of course, I have other offerings as well, but I really just hope that you can feel more connected to the divinity within yourselves and the divinity within this planet to want to show up here and want to show up as your most authentic, expressive, dynamic self. So until next time, have a great rest of your day.